If you need an hour to underwrite a deal, you're going to miss the good ones. In the Northeast, you only need 4 numbers to know if it's a pass or a green light. Land all in, build budget, carry-in fees, and the realistic exit price based on the comps. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to run that in minutes. The red flags that kill profits in our market and how to package it so lenders are actually going to say yes to your deal. I'm Dan Sikowski, 26 years I've been in the construction industry, 50 plus custom homes I've built, over 600 major renovations. Back in 2007, I lost everything. I came back strong and I cleared over $700,000 on a single project. This is not theory, guys. It's actually the underwriting that I use, so we're going to dive into it. Well, you might ask, well, why does this really matter? Well, why it matters most is because most of us here are building in the Northeast, and what you're going to learn is that in the Northeast, we have some constraints. We have higher land premiums, tighter zoning, tighter variances, seasonal weather, utility lead times, higher taxes and insurance. So understand that precision is going to beat volume here. The promise of this video, I'm going to give you the 4-number underwrite that you can run in minutes, a quick example walkthrough of your sanity check, how to pick exit comps by velocity, not wishing prices, and a lender one-pager on how to get these deals funded and what you should be including so that you look like a builder/owner, not just a contractor. Most contractors don't fail because of the build. They actually fail on the buy. So we start with 4 numbers before we touch the dirt. The 4-number framework is, number 1, land all in. So your purchase price, your closing costs, your early carrying, permit fees, your taxes, your interest, and your insurance. The Northeast, we have to realize that we have setbacks with like wide and deep lot restraints. So your width and your lot depth, flood history, historic overlays, utility availabilities and fees, driveways, curb cuts, soil reports, if we're on coastal areas based on elevation. There's tons of different things that we deal with here. The second thing is your build budget. Line item scope, your foundation, your framing, the entire, building envelope, your interiors, your site work, all of this stuff. Real contingency that's going to be baked into this. So your material, your weather, your inspections, anything that you might have to rework, all this stuff has to be built in. So Northeast checks, you got snow and rain days. That's going to affect some of our masonry, our millwork lead times as well. Union rates or sub rates, depending on what's going on in the market and where we're getting materials from. Dumpsters and where we're placing them. Street permits, tighter lots. Being able to utilize certain things at certain times because of the area that we're building in. Number 3 is going to be our carrying fees, interest during construction, property tax, builder's risk, permit and impact fees, utility fees, the tap-in costs, staging, marketing, the broker, the commissions, the closing costs. All of this stuff matters. Northeast, we have to realize that property tax prorations can be chunky and we have to plan on these things. And the fourth thing is the exit price, right? I say velocity over unicorn. We have to anchor to the 3 fastest selling deals in our micro market. So in the last 6 to 12 months, what sold the fastest and what are customers looking to buy? We have to match those comp bands, not a tap, out on whatever the market's selling. We're not going to try to beat anyone out there or build something better. We want to build what people are buying so that our margins stay tight and our speed protects our margins with what we're building to the marketplace. And we also have to track the DOM, the days on the market, and the price per square foot based on what we're building and what we're selling, and our list to sale ratio based on what the market is looking for. If the spread's not going to be there on paper, then it's not going to appear on site. So we have to understand that we have to think about, if it's not a green light, we got to pass it fast. The right deal will come next. Just don't get stuck on something that's not going to work. So quick example walkthrough. I call this the sanity check, right? Hypothetical numbers. Keep them round for clarity. Do not claim like and keep numbers low, like just round the numbers up. So land all in, let's say it's 420,000. Build budget, let's say it's 700,000. Carrying fees and everything in total is 160,000. Exit price based on fast comps in the marketplace, you're talking 1.5 million. If we do the math, right, projected profit and exit on this is going to be around 220,000. So land plus build plus carrying fees is at 1.5, right? So 420, 700, 160. Your exit out is going to be 220 because your check margins are going to be somewhere around 25 to 30% of total cost in. So green, yellow, red, pass. We have to understand what this is and we have to become very comfortable with this. Green, profit clears your floor buffers and it's intact with what the comps show in the marketplace. So we lay everything out on paper. We're looking to make 200,000 minimum on the project as a profit. We have to make sure it works out on paper before we even think about buying the project. Yellow, the profit's there, but maybe the permit timeline, the utility timelines, or the lead times can get super tight. We might have to renegotiate the land or figure out what's going to happen while we're engineering this project so that we can get those numbers up because things might be a little bit tight. And a red flag is going to be needs to be passed because the top comps aren't even coming in close to what you're trying to do here in the market, and it ignores what we're trying to carry across here. So we have to pass on these things super, super fast. What I've seen is most people get stuck on something that looks like a nice parcel and they want to get it, but there's too many red flags and they stay stuck on it and stubborn. They don't pass fast enough. The exit price, understand, is not about the highest sale. It's about the one that's going to protect your spread. As long as you're making money, it makes sense. We always say if it makes money, it makes sense, right? Exit the right way. Have the velocity method. How to pull comps. The same micro market that you're working in, similar lots, similar street quality, and what's sold in the last 6 to 12 months. Build the track with the DOM, right? Days on the market, list to sale, finish level, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how's the layout compared to what other homes have sold recently. How's the parking? How's the outdoor space? How's the backyard look? What's the landscape look like? We have to identify all this stuff. We have to identify the clusters of what 2 to 3 homes have sold and moved the fastest in the last 12 months. And this is what we want to copy. What we want to avoid. Pricing above different school zones or, a quieter block. So certain things are going to matter here. Using a renovated resale as a comp. So something that was purchased and renovated. So we call it a flip, right? Because there's different things there. If we're building new, we can't compare it to something like that. We have to build new to new because that's what people are looking for. Brand new construction versus brand new construction, not brand new construction versus a flipped property. So clearly we have to see what your buyers are preferring in the nearby area. And this is what we're going to design ourselves on. When your 4 number sheet is clean, lenders will listen fast, especially when you're a contractor who finishes the job and get things done, you will get the money. So packaging your underwriting for your lenders is a 1-pager, plus it's going to give you credibility. And what you need on this page is deal snapshot. So the 4 numbers, your profit, your margin, your percentage, and days on market with your comps, right? Your draw schedule, your overview, that's going to be tied to milestones throughout the project. You got to build a calendar with real buffers, including inspections and different notes that you're going to need and things that are going to be required throughout the job. You should also have a risk plan attached to this, meaning winter plan, utility timing, neighbor and street logics, tight lots, some disadvantages or advantages that you might have on the property. And here altogether, your contractor advantage at this point is going to be that you're going to emphasize yourself because you're a contractor. You have an advantage. You have a track record. You've already been doing this work for a long time. You've been finishing projects. You have solid trade relationships. And you know how to deal with inspections throughout your history. If you present this like a builder owner, not a spectator or someone who's just trying to test the market, you're going to see yourself start winning in the marketplace. But there's common traps that we see in the Northeast, plus fixes that we have to combine, right? So our traps are going to be underwriting to the highest comp outliner, right? Ignoring taxes and insurance and seasonal carry throughout the project. Overbuilding square foot price on specs versus what's selling in the marketplace, past comps. We can't overbuild or sell something at a higher square foot price. And buying the wrong lot. Noise, traffic, historic, flood zone, hoping that the design will save it because it won't. The fixes that we'll see through this are going to be velocity anchored comps in the marketplace, realistic carrying fees and contingencies, valued engineering and comp approved finishes that the market's looking for. We already know this. And quick feasibility checklist before we even go under contract, showing that we're confident about what we're doing and bringing it to the market. So a recap here is what to do next, right? Fast checklist. We want the recap 4 numbers. We're going to be able to do that. We're going to remind ourselves that we're going to make it work on paper. And if it doesn't work on paper, we have to pass fast. Always remember, green light, go. Red light, pass fast. Tease that, right? We're going to be able to make ourselves understand the marketplace is waiting for us and we're ready for the marketplace, but we just got to get good at what we're looking for. We have to help ourselves understand that. We have to become ready for the market because the market will show us exactly where we need to go. So if you want my 4 number underwriting template and the Northeast feasibility checklist and also my lender 1-page outline, I put them all aside for you in a free training for the contractors. Hit the link below, watch the training, and then complete the contractor assessment. If you want help inside and you want me to help you build your business, I will do so. Click the link below and let's get you started. Here's what you want to do. Click that training. I'll give you the 4 number underwriting template. I'll give you the feasibility checklist. I'll give you the 1-pager to use. I'll give it all to you. You can start using it this week. Complete the contractor assessment so we can map out the next 12 months for you from contractor to builder. I will personally guarantee you'll profit at least $200,000 on your first custom home project within 18 months of the program. And if we don't, then I'll keep working with you until you do. Hit the link below, watch the training, and apply. And guys, let me tell you, you're closer than you think.